In this video, we're going to be solving linear inequalities and double inequalities algebraically. So in this first example, we have 5x minus 7 is greater than 3x plus 9. And so to solve this, we're going to begin by subtracting 3x from both sides, which is going to give us a 2x minus 7 is greater than 9. Then we'll add 7 to both sides, which will give us a 2x is greater than 16. Then we'll divide both sides by 2, and that will give us x is greater than 8. Now if we were to graph this, we would see, so we have our 8, 9, 10, 7, 6, that when we graph this, we would use a parenthesis and then draw our line, which kind of is the same as having an open circle and then drawing your line. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at our next equation, or inequality rather. So here we have 1 minus 3 over 2x is greater than or equal to x minus 4. So I'm going to start by adding my 3 halves x to both sides, which is going to give us a 1 is greater than or equal to 5 halves x minus 4. Then we'll add 4 to both sides, which gives us a 5 is greater than or equal to 5 over 2x. Then we'll multiply by the reciprocal, which is going to give us a 10 over 5 is greater than or equal to x, which reduces to a 2 is greater than or equal to x, which we can rewrite as x is less than or equal to 2, which is fine because as long as the short end is close to my x, either way, then it works. Now, if I were to graph this particular problem, instead of using a closed circle, which is what you might use in Algebra 1 or in the past, a closed circle, we're going to use a bracket. Use a bracket, and then we'll draw our line to indicate the direction that could be answers or solutions. All right, let's take a look at our last one. So our last example here is a double inequality. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to solve each side. So we'll begin with our first side by adding 1 to each side, which is going to give us a negative 2 is less than or equal to x. Then we'll divide each side by 6, which will give us a negative 1/3 is less than or equal to x. Then we'll come over to our other side and we'll add 1 here. And that gives us a 6x is less than 4. And we'll then divide both sides by 6. And that will give us an x is less than 2/3. Many times this is seen as a compound inequality and could have been written originally, so we could have taken this original equation here and we could have rewritten that as 6x minus 1 is less than or equal to negative 3 and less than 3 and solved that. So because we have an AND solution, our answer will have 1x and our smallest number will go on the right and our larger number will go on the left, making sure that because our smaller number had the less than or equal to symbol, that's what we have here as well. And so here we have our solution. Now if I was to graph something like this, I would have a parenthesis at 2/3 and I would have a bracket at negative 1/3 with the line connecting between the two.